I never could have imagined that the woman I swore to love for a lifetime, the one I envisioned growing old with, would unravel my world so thoroughly. For 6 years, we built a life together, 3 of those as husband and wife in the eyes of everyone around us. To the outside world, our existence appeared perfect. Cozy dinners with dear friends, colorful photos from far-flung travels, and spirited nights of board games with other couples. Yet beneath this glossy facade, something had shifted. She became withdrawn, her gaze fixed on her phone, her answers short and vague. When I posed even the most innocent questions, her responses carried a sharp edge of defensiveness. The truth hit me like a sudden storm, not through suspicion but by pure accident. One evening, with my phone dead, I borrowed hers to call my mother. Before I could make the call, a message popped up on the screen. "Can't wait for tonight. Still in the dark?" My stomach twisted, my hands shook. That night, a crushing wave of dread overwhelmed me. I confronted her. She initially dismissed my concerns, denying everything. But when the evidence was undeniable, she showed no regret, only a casual, "It just happened." The pain deepened a week later when the man she was entangled with, let's call him Greg, showed up at my door, tall and oozing arrogance. He carried himself with a smug air, looking at me as if I were beneath him. With a smirk he said, "Get real, buddy, you're out of the game. She's mine now. You can slip away quietly or try to take me on." I stood rooted to the spot, uncertain if he was goading me into a physical clash or challenging me to bear the humiliation. His words pierced me like a blade. I closed the door on him, refusing to stoop to his level. But something ignited inside me. I wasn't going to fade away without a fight, not with violence, but with determination. The next day, I reached out to a lawyer and began the process of untangling our shared life. Divorce proceedings, asset division. Everything was handled with precision and adherence to the law. I didn't seek revenge. I wanted to restore my self-worth. What they didn't expect was my thoroughness. She had been using my credit card to pay for their hotel rendezvous, unaware that I had been quietly collecting evidence, receipts, text exchanges, location data. Every detail was meticulously cataloged and included in my divorce filing. My lawyer assured me the case was airtight, pointing to her infidelity and financial deception. The court sided with me. She didn't walk away with the substantial portion of our assets she had anticipated. Instead, she received far less. Greg's swagger faded when they were forced to move into a small apartment, unable to keep up with the mortgage. It turned out his confidence hid an unsteady reality. His income, inconsistent at best, came from odd jobs and dubious side hustles. In the meantime, I stayed focused, piecing my life back together step by step. Friends who had drifted away during the turmoil began to reconnect, admiring my restraint. I never spoke ill of her or fueled gossip. Instead, I channeled my energy into recovery, working out at the gym, picking up new hobbies, traveling alone, and rediscovering the pleasure of my own company. Slowly, the anguish gave way to a quiet strength. Months later, she sent me a message. "I miss what we had. I made a mistake." I left it unanswered. There was nothing more to say. Her betrayal showed me that loyalty cannot be forced or begged for, it must be mutual. I had given her my all, and she threw it away for a fleeting thrill. As for Greg, he reached out once, claiming he wanted to set things straight. I ignored him. He made his choice just as she did. I refused to give them the dramatic showdown they seemed to want. They craved a spectacle to feed their egos. I withheld that gratification. A year later, I hardly recognized the person I used to be. I had been too trusting, perhaps naive, maybe even deliberately blind. But now I'm stronger, sharper, and more determined. I've learned to recognize warning signs and to prioritize my own worth. The true triumph wasn't in yelling, fighting, or proving myself to Greg. It was in my composure, my strategy, and my steadfast resolve. In the end, I walked away with my dignity unbroken,